Test. Can you already unmute?
Hello. Yes, I am. Wait, why am I quiet? Am I quiet?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, no, I think this is good because if I'm quiet, then I won't peak the microphone as much.
Okay.
I think this is okay. I'm 1, right? I'll turn you.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, you're 1.
Okay,
I just turned myself up.
Yeah. You get a little. You get louder. I'll be all right.
Okay.
Welcome back. Yeah, maybe a little louder.
Really?
Just
Louder?
Just a little. Wait. Okay. I don't think it's in my ear. Hello. Hello. Yeah. No. I need to turn that down. Hello. 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 I'm looking at that.
Oh.
See, I don't want to peak the microphone because I do that a lot when I get excited, and so I want to be able to, get.
Yeah, yours is red, but like it turns red when you talk.
Hello. Hello.
Maybe you're just loud.
Hello, my name is Isaac Bourne. Welcome back to the Washington.
Well.
Oh, okay. So that's just in my ear.
Oh.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Washita Sports Digital Network. And we are here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center for some Tiger volleyball. I'm Isaac Bourne, joined by Cameron Boyd. And guys, we've got ourselves a big one tonight, here for the Battle of the Ravine on a Tuesday night here on the campus of Washita Baptist University, where the Tigers will be taking on their long adversaries, the Reddies. And Cameron, looking at this game, you've got two teams that have been very similar all season. Washita, though, finding some success late in the season that really has led to where they are in the GAC standings right now. But, you know, what about this Henderson State team is going to get them into this tournament?
I mean, I think we're just going to have to see a lot of fight from Henderson tonight. Kind of how you talked about, this is a big rivalry game, and a lot of what if Henderson makes it into the tournament or not depends on this game. So I think they need to come into this with determination and fight, for sure.
And now, if you look at the GAC standings right now, Washita sitting at number 5 in the conference in that win over Arkansas Monticello in Monticello on Thursday, put the Tigers in position to clinch their third straight trip to the Great American Conference Tournament that will be held in Hot Springs in just over a week from now. And Harding looking to take that number 2 spot, and Southwestern Oklahoma State in that number 1 spot. But looking at this Henderson State squad, they sit at 5-9 in the conference, and looking at what they have to do to make the tournament, you see there Henderson State, Southern Arkansas, Arkansas Tech, and Southern Nazarene all sitting at 5-9, fighting for that 8th seed in the tournament, and that really is Henderson's in right now, and that's really all that they can hope for if they want a chance at Bank OZK Arena just over a week from now. And Henderson sitting at 5-9 does have the advantage over SAU, Arkansas Tech, Southern Naz with the greater out-of-conference record. But this is almost a must-win game for the Reddies if they want playoff hopes. And for the Tigers, I mean, it's a rivalry game. So if you're Henderson right now, how do you approach a game against a team that just wants to beat you just as much as you want to beat them, despite this one probably being more important for you when it comes to the life of your season?
Right, like I said, a lot depends on this game for Henderson, like you were talking about, making it to the conference tournament. And not only that, but it's a huge rivalry. So either way, Henderson, or I expect them to come into this with just, like I said before, fight and just a want to win here.
And last time these two teams matched up, that was exactly what we saw. Washita went up 2-0 at the Duke Wells Center, and it looked very much in their favor. Washita actually had a lead in that third set. Henderson fights back, but makes it 2-1. And then in that fourth set, Washita basically had it all wrapped up. But Henderson State, with the fight and determination that they had at home to impress their home fans, did exactly what they needed to do and took that fourth set and then went ahead and claimed that fifth set as well in 15. And that's exactly what they need to do tonight if they want to continue their season next week. And then looking at these head-to-head stats, I mean, you see the records. Washita sitting at 17-9. They've had themselves a very good season as far as Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser is concerned. And then looking at Henderson with a winning record, but a loss here will put them smack at 500. And so hoping to keep themselves out of that, but also put themselves in the playoffs. And then looking at both of these teams' last match, we already talked about Washita's win at UAM, but then looking at Henderson, they went to Searcy last week, and Harding did what they do best, which is beat teams at home. Henderson now, though, in this series has won has won all 3 of the past 3 games, and Ouachita now in a 3-game losing streak in this Battle of the Ravine series, and now Ouachita hoping to take that first win in 3 games. And now with teams lining up, it is time to introduce the rosters and the starters for both teams. Cue to Brian Ramsey and the Assistant Director of Communications, Matt Branch, who will be announcing both teams and introducing the national anthem.
Junior middle blocker from Kevin, Arkansas, number 4, Haley Fairchild. Senior libero from Midland, Texas, number 8, Avery Joust. Junior outside hitter from Decatur, Texas, number 9, Riley Bazile. Sophomore outside hitter from Pearland, Texas, number 13, Kaylee Thetford. Sophomore middle blocker from Granville, Texas, number 15, Leah Gardner. Junior center from Arlington, Texas, number 21, Courtney Hickson. And junior right side hitter from Arlington, Texas, number 22, Lily Adams. The Tigers are led by head coach Allison Kaiser. At this time, we ask that you please rise and move your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And folks, with pregame festivities completed, it is just about time for the opening serve in the 2nd edition of the Volleyball Battle of the Ravine here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center. Looking at the starters for Ouachita, you heard it earlier, it'll be number 4, Haley Fairchild. And the lone senior here for her senior night, Avery Joust at the libero position. Then it'll be Riley Bazile, then Kaylee Thetford, Leah Gardner, Courtney Hansen, and finishing off will be Emily Adams for the Tigers. And Cameron, you know, looking at both of these teams, they've matched up well in the past, and Henderson, a team that really plays a lot through Caitlin Steffes, a player who, she's 4th in the GAC in kills per set and 4th in the GAC in points, a player that is dangerous in that front line, sitting at the outside hitter position, standing 5'11" out of Rochester, Minnesota. Steffes is going to be a player that that front line of Ouachita really is going to need to look out for.
I definitely agree. I mean, statistically speaking, I looked into her stats earlier. She seems like she would be a threat But I think it's also comforting to know that Washita has those same type of assets. So it's just going to take being able to defend what she has to offer them.
And Washita's assets, like you said, in that front line, you know, not running through one player, but like you said, they've got many assets in that front line. As you see out there, you've got Emily Adams, one of the top frontline players in the GAC, starting out at the right side, but then also Leah Gardner and Kaylee Thetford in that front line, the sophomore duo. Leah Gardner leading the GAC in hitting percentage, and Kaylee Thetford being one of the strongest front hitters in the conference. Just a great lineup of players, not even mentioning Riley Brazil, a player that can play front or back for this team, starting in the back. She has 11 double-doubles this year with 10 digs and 10 kills. And that one's gonna be sent right to Brazil. Hanson's gonna give it to Adams. And great recovery there by Parton. Jows, she's looking for Adams. Great back and forth between both teams. And the first score of the game, credit to Christiane Uzo. And Uzo, just another one of these players for this front line at Henderson that has shown her ability to get up and put the ball down in that front line. Hanson's gonna give it to Gardner to start. And Uzo does it again. She's gonna start her night off with 2 quick kills.
I mean, she's just a powerful player. You can see how high she gets in the air and just the strength she brings when she swings at the ball. It's amazing.
And Uzo, typically one of those players that's going to be dangerous when it comes to blocks, but she can be a great kill maker as well. But Leah Gardner is going to take her first kill of the night, putting it on that far side where Henderson just can't handle it. Referee is going to blow the whistle, allow players to gather themselves. Looks like
I think Leah Gardner actually hit her in the head with that swing, messed up her hair.
And that'll be Madison Hatt checking on her hair, but here we go. And for the first time in this game, you're gonna see Kylie Kisgen, and she's gonna serve to start. Coates sends it over. Emily Adams. Kisgen. Just a great back and forth once again for both of these teams. Coates sends it over. Great recovery by Hanson. Kisgen gave it up to Brazil there. Looking at Campbell, blocked. Uzo recovers. Now it's going to be given right back to Uzo. Hanson on the dig. Jows sends it up to Adams. Good recovery by the Reddies. Blocked once again. This Tiger team continuing to deter them, and this time a bobble by Uzo is going to keep this one at 2-2, all evened up once again.
Great rally there by both teams.
That one was a long one, and it's only 2-2, but I feel like we've been playing for a little bit longer than that. Kylie Kisgen, though, is going to send that one a little bit too far to the right, and that's going to be her first service error of the night. Here's Partain. Giving it up to Adams. And it looks like that one was tipped by Coates, and Washita's going to even it up again, this time at 3. Here's Leah Gardner on the serve. And Christiane Uzo does it again. She's got 3 kills tonight, and she's going to go to the bench after a job well done so far. She has 3 of her team's first 4 points. Now up to serve. That is Braxton Jones. Emily Adams sends it over, puts it right in the perfect spot. And Partain can't get to it. We're all tied up at 4 now as Peyton Church is going to come in to serve for the Tigers.
And Emily Adams is normally a powerful hitter for the Tigers, but you saw there just her be smart and know that she didn't have to use all her power and she just needed to place the ball.
Blocked by Hanson there. Steffes sends it over just a little too far, and the Tigers take their first lead of the night. Bit of a quiet night so far for Caitlin Steffes. Kisgan, Hanson. Good recovery there by Partain. Dig by Jows. Partain to Steffes, and sent right back by Haley Fairchild. Haley Fairchild had no plans of letting that ball get past her. She's going to let Peyton Church get the serve, and that time it's going to be notched as an error. Henderson closing the gap now to just 1. Now serving Carson Edwards, junior out of Lubbock, Texas, and transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. Well, formerly Texas A&M Commerce, now known as East Texas A&M. And that time, it's going to be Riley Brazil. Brazil is going to be the 3rd Tiger tonight to get a kill, along with teammates Leah Gardner and Emily Adams. Steffes sends it over. It's tipped by Washita. Gives it to Thetford right there perfectly to match it is Jones, though. And sending it a little too far, that's Andrea Rowland.
And we've kind of finally seen the Tigers take a little bit of a lead here. They started off going very back and forth, but now they're 3 ahead of Henderson.
And Steffes with the power, but somehow fielded by Church. And this time, Steffes wants to make no questions. She puts it down right on that left side, and Peyton Church just can't get to it that time. And right there, Steffes showing exactly why she's one of the top hitters in the GAC. Just the power on her attack, and Kaylee Thetford shows it right there.
Yeah, like I said, both teams just have powerful hitters. It's going to be hard, or it's hard to, say whose is better.
Here's Avery Jows, senior libero, serving for the first time tonight. Giving it to Steffes. Can't put too much power on it. Gonna give it to Brazil in that back line. And the power by Rowland. And the Reddies have themselves a bit of a run now. And now with Christiane Uzo coming back in, she has really been the main offensive production for the Reddies tonight. Church, Hanson, Thetford! Kaylee Thetford on the first time that the Tigers receive it. She is going to put it right down on that left side. And the Tigers are the first team to reach double digits in this one. Here's Courtney Hanson. And she's going to pick up herself a service ace, doing what she does best. Courtney Hanson, actually number 5 in the GAC in service aces, doing it once again there.
She's just an all-around player. She can do, what can't she do, really?
And Cameron, like you said, I mean, just a toolbox of a player. She can reach in and grab just about anything out that she needs to. She's just a Swiss Army knife. That's the word I was looking for. And, Courtney Hanson can get kills, but at the same time, she's one of the best setters in the GAC. On the service, Steffes, great dig by Jows. And Thetford's attack is going to be sent right back by Campbell. Cassidy Campbell, second in the GAC in blocks per set, showing it right there. Averaging just over a block per set. Hanson gonna give it to Adams. Emily Adams puts it right in that back corner, and the Reddies just watch it go right by. Here's Kylie Kisgan, one of the top servers in the GAC. At one point was top 10 in the conference in that regard. And Uzo's attack goes a little bit too far past the line. Henderson players not too happy about that call. And for now, Henderson is going to stay under the double-digit mark. Here's Kisgan. Going to give it up. Great dig by Jows. Hanson looking at Brazil. And Partain just making herself very useful at that libero position tonight. And Brazil's shot is sent right out of bounds. And that's another one for the Tigers. Timeout called by head coach Philip McDaniel. He wants to talk to his team, and we're gonna take a break with them. The Tigers lead 14-9 going into this break, and we'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
And welcome back to Tiger Volleyball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, brought to you by Taylor King Law. And looking at this score, the Tigers take a quick early advantage, up 14-9, looking just like they did in that first set across the street at the Duke Wells Center. Kylie Kisgan stepping up to serve. The player tonight for Ouachita really has been Emily Adams on the attack. She has 3 kills in 8 attempts. Just a great player on that front line, but I mean, like we've talked about all season, Cameron, just about any of those players on that front line can have a night.
Right.
Now Partain going to step up behind the line to serve for the Reddies after that last score puts them at 10. Kisgan, Hanson, and Gardner. That nice dig there by Kaylin Partain. And Riley Brazil finds the gap in the defense and puts it right on the near side. Cameron, Riley Brazil, just a great player for this team. And just like Courtney Hanson, just a Swiss Army knife for Ouachita.
Yeah, I mean, she's one to really brag on. I feel like any of the players on Ouachita's team, I could just say so many great things about, because they're all just great players. Just all over the floor, they can do anything.
And there on the free shot, it's misdirected to the far side, and Partain is going to send it over. And once again, another timeout called. This time we're going to stay right here and just talk about this Tiger team so far, taking a early 16-10 advantage. Just a little bit of growing pains to start off, but then immediately you see Christiane Uzo go to the bench, and then that's when the Tigers go to work. And now that Uzo's back in, the Tigers have that advantage and have that run going. How does Henderson get themselves back into this one?
I mean, I think I've just seen a big energy shift from Henderson. I think, you know, after Ouachita was able to take a noticeable lead, Henderson's energy just went down a little bit. I think that's something they need to get back here. And having Uzo back out there, I think, will really help, because she's proved to be a strong hitter so far. And I mean, I think it's a great thing to have in a teammate.
And Christiane Uzo, the senior out of Beaumont, Texas, averaging just under a block per contest, but on top of that, she's converted on 4 of her 8 attacks tonight, contrary to her other teammates, you look over at Caitlin Steffes and just a little bit of a slow start, only 2 kills on 8 attacks, but a 25% hitting percentage for her is something that she's definitely going to want to improve on. Gardner's going to serve it. Steffes fields it. And that time, the attack by Savannah Coates sent right back. Once again, this Tiger defense hasn't really had to do too much in regards to digs because of that front line just being able to send the ball back.
Right, their block has been really strong tonight, and that's something I noticed on Thursday as well when they were playing men, just how strong their block was on the front row.
And that really is a credit to junior Haley Fairchild. She's one of the top in the conference in that regard, averaging 0.78 blocks per set, but at the same time having 76 blocks, leading the team this season in that regard. Emily Adams. Great dig by Kisgan, and the Tigers keep that one alive. Coates sending it over, and Jows just can't get to it in time, and Savannah Coates is going to pick up a score for her team. Here's freshman Braxton Jones getting some action on the serve. Haley Fairchild some strength, but fielded by Jones there. And Coates sends that one a little too far, but going back to talking about Braxton Jones, she is a freshman setter, but this Henderson team has really done a good job at spreading out who plays the setter position. I mean, you've seen Carson Edwards at that position, you've seen Emma Parsons play a little bit of it, but you know, Jones at the freshman really being one of the players that this team depends on a lot of the time.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it says a lot about who she is as a player that she's a freshman and she's able to step out there and play the way that she does.
Now on the serve, Carson Edwards. And Edwards is going to pick herself up a service ace. The Reddies now within 4, a bit of a run coming out of the timeout. All right, the serve by Brazil. Excuse us for the audio issues tonight. They are being fixed, and that time, Steffes just cannot get the ball over the net. Gonna send it right into the net and put the Tigers at 20. The first team to reach that in set number 1. Brazil again. And she's gonna pick up her first service error of the game, just can't get it over. The Reddies hoping to battle back here on the serve. Larkin Luke towering at 6'2" over her teammates, the tallest player in the gym tonight. And great dig by Edwards to keep this one alive. I thought that Thetford's shot was as good as a score, but Edwards showing her value there. Reddy's keeping it alive, but a miscommunication there is going to give the Tigers 21. Brutal miscommunication there as this set starts to slip out of the fingers of the Reddies.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of an upset there, just knowing how important this game is. A little mistake like that is really frustrating.
And Jows' serve, fielded by Steffes, and her team just cannot get through their own bench to the ball. And the Tigers now sit just 3 away as Avery Jows is going to serve it here on her senior night. Great serve by Jows, and that's 2 aces in a row. What a night for the senior. And what a time to have a night here
Yeah.
on senior night at Spec. And Zhao's a communications science and disorders major, has spent 4 good years with this Tiger team. And now here on year number 4, she is just as valuable as she has ever been for this squad. Number 7 in the conference in digs. And Hanson's gonna give it up to Thetford here, and she's gonna score. Zhao, she's gonna be serving once again. She's been back behind that line for a while, hoping to stay back there as they finish this team off. And Uzo's gonna rack up a kill there. Excuse me, that's Faith Harris.
And the Tigers still only 1 point to go here.
Madison Hatt, senior out of Frisco, Texas, serving. They trail by 8 in this set. Hanson gives it up to Gardner, and she's gonna finish them off. Leah Gardner, she has 2 kills tonight in just 5 attempts. What a night for the sophomore to start already. And as we go into the break, and as we start set number 2, the Tigers lead 1-0 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. And welcome back to Tiger Volleyball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Isaac Bourne. Alongside me is Cameron Boyd. And the Tigers lead 1-0 in this Battle of the Ravine matchup to start off this Battle of the Ravine week, concluding with the Battle of the Ravine football game over across the street at Carpenter Haygood Stadium. But looking into this game, the Tigers coming out to a quick lead and then keeping it, finishing off that last set by a score of 25-16. This Henderson State team right now just looks like a team that seems a bit demoralized. How do they get back into this one after a set where they really were just almost dominated by this Tiger squad?
I mean, I think everybody probably remembers what happened the last time OBU and Henderson played across the street. So I think that's probably a comforting reminder for Henderson, knowing that they have the opportunity to come back, but also for Ouachita, just remembering to not be complacent, remembering that Henderson's still a good team, even though they took the first set.
And Henderson, like we've mentioned before, in a contest right now, a 4-way tie for 8th place in the conference, battling for that 8th seed in the Great American Conference tournament, hoping to do that, to prolong their season just a bit longer. While meanwhile, the Tigers claiming a spot in that tournament on Thursday in Monticello against the Cotton Blossoms of UAM. And so as we start this second set, how do the Tigers, last time they went up 2-0, but Henderson able to battle back. How did the Tigers just deal a blow to Henderson that for them will just keep them from coming back?
Right, I mean, we saw a lot of good energy and momentum from Ouachita in that first set, and that's just something they need to hold on to. I mean, that's a big part of the game of volleyball, and it obviously paid off for them. So it's something they need to stay consistent with, because like I said, Henderson is a good team, and they're going to try to come back. So Ouachita's going to have to be ready for that.
And looking at the main attackers for this team, I mean, we've already talked about Caitlin Steffes, and then at the same time also Christiane Uzo. Both of those players having their roles, but Steffes right now only 2 kills in 10 attempts. How does her lack of a performance tonight, how has that played into Henderson's position?
I mean, being that she's the team leader in kills, it's probably made it a little bit difficult for them, just not having their leader step up the way that she normally does. But I think we've also seen players like Uzo step up and do their part for the team. So it's just about everybody doing their role. And speaking of roles, here's Courtney Hansen hoping to get her second service ace of the night. Can't do it there, but Brazil fields it. Hansen's going to give it up to Adams. And blocked, sent right back. Henderson has to bobble it again. And that time, Steffes once again deterred at the net. And the Tigers take a 2-0 lead. The Ouachita block is on fire tonight. There's nobody getting past that.
Gonna give it up to Uzo, and Hansen can't get a hold of it, and Henderson's gonna put themselves on the board for the first time in this set. But like you said, the block for Ouachita has been almost unstoppable tonight. Ouachita, 4 block attempts, and they've stopped 1, but at the same time, you've had players like Haley Fairchild get themselves solo blocks.
Right.
And Thetford does it again there. And she's going to take that kill to the bench. And Kylie Kisgan stepping up to serve. The sophomore out of Freeburg, Illinois. Her and Giles have kind of played almost 1-1 with that libero position. Tonight, Giles getting that, but right there, she's going to pick up herself a service ace.
Yeah, Kylie Kisgan's a player I love to see as well. Just the way she can step into the role of libero when it's something she doesn't play all the time, I think it just says a lot about her being able to step up for the team.
And, you know, coming in as a defensive specialist, she really shows the ability to get on the floor for it. Giles, though, dives on the floor and can't get to it. And that one is going to go Henderson's way. Here's Luke on the serve. Giles. Hansen's going to give it up to Brazil, tipped by Henderson, and great dig there by Steffes. Adams, Hansen, she's going to send it over, and Henderson not ready for it. Courtney Hansen, a little bit of trickeration on the play. Looking like she's going to set it up for one of her teammates and just sends it right over.
And it's something she does so often, but she does it in a way that you really can't tell what she's doing. I mean, she tricks me when she does it, so she's very effective.
A patented move by the junior, indeed. Emily Adams sends it right at Steffes, and she can't field it. The Tigers rolling right now. Up 6-2 in this set. And Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser looks like she had her team ready coming into this game. Meanwhile, Henderson looking for some more production from their back line, and maybe that there service error by Gardner is what the Reddies need to get back on track. Now just trailing by 3, and now up to serve the freshman setter, Braxton Jones. Traveling far from home, native of Snowflake, Arizona. Now she sends it over the net. Whistle blown. Looks like a Henderson player got caught up in the net, and Ouachita is going to take 7 there. Here's junior Peyton Church. Jones setting up, and Jones sets up Savannah Coates perfectly, and she knows exactly what to do with it. Puts it just towards the middle on that left side. And the redshirt junior transfer from CSU Pueblo is going to give her team 4 points in this set. Here's Carson Edwards. Giles. Hanson giving it to Brazil. Good dig there by Braxton Jones. Hanson giving it back to Brazil, and that one is sent back, but that one's sent out of bounds. Brazil just really good at pinning the blockers to the point where they're going to send it out of bounds. That's really what she's done multiple times tonight.
Yeah, and I feel like I talk about all the time just how when there is a block in your face, you have to kind of maneuver around it, but Riley Brazil has been one that's learned how to use the block against the other team.
And there, Courtney Hanson doesn't have a block in front of her, and she knows what to do with it. She's going to give herself a kill tonight. That's 2 kills for Hanson after that trickery play earlier. And Brazil takes a service ace again. And with Washita on that run, that's going to send Henderson into a timeout. We're going to take just a quick break before we join you back with some more action in this game on the Washita Sports Digital Network, brought to you by Taylor King Law. And welcome back to Tiger Volleyball here on the Washita Sports Digital Network, brought to you by Taylor King Law. Riley Brazil set to serve once again for the Tigers. She's had herself a good night just about in every aspect of the game, picking up an ace right before the break. And Kaylee Thetford is going to get herself a score there. The Tigers continue on this run, and Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser continues on that trend of drawing up good plays out of a timeout.
I agree. And Kaylee Thetford has had herself a night as well. That was her 7th kill of the game.
7 kills, and it's not even, we're not even halfway done with the second set. She's on track to have herself a spectacular game if she continues at this rate. Steffes got a hold of it there, but Zhao's able to get on top of it.
Great hustle there by Courtney Hanson.
Tigers wrangle it, and that time Braxton Jones takes a page out of Courtney Hanson's book and puts it right down on the Tigers on the trick serve. Henderson now their first score in a good while. And Partain is going to send it to the far side and give it right back to Washita. Senior Avery Zhao is back once again to serve. Jones is going to set up Steffes, and Zhao is going to send it right towards us. Up in the stands is Caitlin Steffes, has one of the most lethal kills in the Great American Conference, showing it there. Here is Madison Hatt. Hanson, she's gonna give it up to Thetford, and Thetford give her 8. The sophomore, just a menace in that front line tonight, and the Reddies have had no answer for her. Courtney Hanson back to serve. Already has 2 service aces tonight. Sent over by Uzo. Hanson gives it up to Adams. Good dig there by Carson Edwards. and Brazil can't get on top of it. Great play by the Reddies. And Henderson is going to take possession of the ball, of the serve back. And here is Caitlin Steffes. Hansen gives it up to Thedford again. She was looking for that back corner, sending it a little too far past the shoulders of Caitlin Steffes, and Thedford is actually only going to pick up her second error of the game despite 14 attempts. Excuse me, 15 attempts. Hatt gives it up to Uzo, and that one's blocked by Leah Gardner. The sophomore Leah Gardner, an intimidating presence on that front line out of Crandall, Texas. She's had 77 blocks this season, and that's 78 for her. And that one tipped the net, and the score is going to be credited towards the Reddies. And now Larkin Luke, senior out of Greenwood, Arkansas, going to serve. And Leah Gardner, that's 2 plays in a row, 2 points in a row for the sophomore. Tigers sitting on a 15-9 lead here in set number 2. They want to make this a quick night here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center. Hatt, good effort to keep it alive. Hansen just tries to send it over. And the kill there by Savannah Coates. Just the Tigers unable to do anything with it, just utter power on the hit. Here's freshman Braxton Jones again. Serving it with the right hand. Kisgan giving it to Hansen, giving it to Brazil. Jones, she's looking at Coates. And Coates, that's 2 kills in a row for her. The redshirt junior out of McHenry, Illinois, has got her team on a 2-0 run. Avery Giles just can't get to it again. Good dig by Kisgan. Sends it up to Adams. Great shot, but Henderson able to send it back. Emily Adams, a soft touch. And that time, great dig by Partain to get to Adams's hit, but a miscommunication is going to give the ball back to Ouachita and end what was a promising ready run there.
I mean, they were really starting to come back, so Ouachita's going to have to kind of take over here if they want to keep this lead.
Peyton Church back to serve again. Church, a native of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Currently in Jonesboro, Arkansas, the Arkansas State Red Wolves facing off against Little Rock, and Church sends that one too far.
And that's the team's 5th service error, I believe, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but I think it shows how important making the serves are, because the game would be so much cleaner if they were to clean up that mistake.
And like you said, 5 service errors for Ouachita tonight. You know, it's hard to imagine where they would be without those, even though they sit on a good lead now and the advantage in sets.
Right. And it's really just giving Henderson free points.
And Courtney Hansen, that's 3 kills for her tonight in a season where she really doesn't average too many of those. I mean, looking at Courtney Hansen on the season, she only averages .77 kills per set, but in this set alone, she has 2 of them. Jones giving it up to Steffes. The tip there, able to be fielded, and Fairchild is going to get herself a kill. And that one is going to be signaled a timeout. We're going to stay right here, just talk about this game, which, you know, started out You know, look around us right now. You look around it. You look around the stands. You started out a little bit quiet, but as the fans start to come in, you're hearing noise from both sides. You're hearing OBU for every hit from Ouachita, and then you're hearing HSU for every hit from Henderson. This is Arkadelphia sports for you, and Arkadelphia small college sports specifically.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big rivalry, so just having both teams here is pretty fun. And just seeing how badly both teams want to win this.
And this is the start of an exciting week on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson. Obviously tonight, the second edition of the Battle of the Ravine for volleyball. And as this week goes on at Ouachita's campus, they'll be guarding the Tiger, and at Henderson's campus, they'll be guarding multiple different types of things, guarding the fountain, guarding the bell, and then both teams will tailgate for the football game on Saturday over across the street at Carpenter Haygood Stadium. You know, one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best rivalries and one of the most iconic rivalries in college sports, and actually the oldest. And now as Brazil sets up Cameron, you know, what do the Tigers have to do to keep the Reddies out of this comeback here?
I mean, even in just that last play before the timeout, I felt like I saw Henderson kind of gain some of their energy back, so that's something Ouachita's just going to have to fight off and just be able to exceed.
And the hit there by Henderson, unable to be fielded, and now this lead for the Tigers sitting at just 5. See a bit of a switch at libero, though. In at libero now, number 23, Taylor Fisher. Good back and forth between both teams. Kaylee Thetford ends it, though.
Getting herself 9 kills for the night.
Have yourself a night, young woman. Kaylee Thetford is one of the premier attackers on this Ouachita squad, and tonight is the attacker on this Ouachita squad. Steffes sends it over. Hanson gonna give it up to Gardner. Both teams trading good digs back and forth, and that time Peyton Church can't get on top of it. This lead back to 5 for Ouachita. Henderson not wanting to go away yet. Obviously the Tigers sit just 6 away, but the Reddies battling for their season here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center. Hanson gives it to Thetford. Jows. Hanson, she's gonna give it to Gardner. Soft touch by her. Hanson, she wants to go back to Thetford. And that time Thetford sending it out of bounds. And down by just 4. The Reddies slowly battling back into this one, showing some fight after a slow start.
Yeah, the Tigers are really going to have to figure out how to slow them down right here.
Hat on the serve. Church, Gardner. Good dig there. And the score, bit of confusion on it, credited to the Tigers. They're gonna say Gardner blocked it. And the Tigers are gonna take that one. And they're the first to reach 20 in this set again. Good dig by Jows on the attack by Uzo. Adams sends it over. Hanson giving it up to Adams again. Looking for that back line and barely overshoots it. And the referee is going to signal that she didn't. Emily Adams, what a play by the junior to find that back line. Ready fans not happy about that one as the Tigers sit just 4 away. And now you see Madison Hatt going to talk with the referee about that call. Nevertheless, the call is going to stand. And Courtney Hansen back to serve. She's going for service ace number 3 on the night. Number 2 on the night, excuse me. And that time, the attack is going to be sent too far past the line. Hansen sends it over. Tigers sitting just 3 away. Uzo on the attack. Great dig by Brazil. Giles gives it up to Thedford. And they're going to call a Ouachita tip on that hit. And the score goes to Christiane Uzo. Here's Steffes. Hansen going to give it up to Thedford. And that score credited to the Reddies. Thedford now unable to find a gap in between the lines in her past 2 attacks. That's 2 service errors in a row that's 2 errors on the attack for her in a row. Hansen keeps it alive, gives it up to Gardner. Whistle blown, and they're going to call interference. Ouachita credited with the score, sitting just 2 away now. Here's Kylie Kisgan. She's going to serve on the left hand. And that one touches the top of the net. Great serve by the sophomore. Hansen gives it to Adams, and that one's sent out of bounds. The Tigers at 24 with a 7-point lead. Kylie Kisgan hoping to end it here. Up to Uzo, that one stays alive. Brazil looking at that far corner. Uzo tries to send it over, and it gets caught in the ceiling, and the Tigers roll to victory number 2 in this match, going up 2-0. The Tigers win that set by a margin of 25-17. And before set number 3, we're going to take a quick break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Ouachita Student Media is a body of 8 publications and media outlets within the communications department at Ouachita. I work with the Ouachita News Show and the Signal, which is our school newspaper, and through those I've seen that this student media program, it's a collaborative effort. Not only do we serve just the people here and the people around them, but also just the community of Arkadelphia and the broader community of people who have a connection to Ouachita somehow. It's been really easy to make friends within the department because I spend more time in Lyle Hall than I spend in my own dorm room. And that's not because I'm forced to, it's because I choose to. It's because I choose to come here and do the work. When you spend time in a room of people who are creative, people who are determined, and you find those similar qualities, then you'll find friends. And that's the beauty of having a department that's so involved. I've really made friends not only just with the students, but also with my professors, because they've totally helped me develop a portfolio, decide what career path is best for me, and do all of those things that just kind of guiding me through that process and have helped me just decide what my education means going forward, but also what it means while I'm here. Get involved as much as possible on day 1 because you can. And I think that's something that's unique about Ouachita. As a freshman, you can be as involved as you want. Of course, you're not going to be editor on day 1, but you can be on whatever staff you want to be. And just jumping in and trying as much as you can really helps you establish what you want to do within communications. So if you try writing, if you try broadcasting, if you try podcasting, you'll kind of see what's a fit for you, and it'll help you develop just that end goal. Washita student media has been so fortunate to receive so many awards on the state level and the national level, and it's really cool when you get the feeling of getting one of those awards or seeing one of your friends get those awards, because it just reminds you that the work we do is not in vain and that it matters. It really just affirms that this department is strong and this department is determined, and we're doing the good work by telling the stories of Washita.
And welcome back to Tiger Volleyball here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. I'm Isaac Bourne, joined by Cameron Boyd. And it's set number 3. Tigers lead 2-0. And before we start, big shout out to Austin King of Taylor King Law. He is in attendance tonight for this Battle of the Ravine matchup. The Tigers hoping to pick up a decisive win here, and the Reddies hoping to come back and keep their playoff hopes alive in the Great American Conference. Right now, they sit at 5-9 in conference play, battling in a 4-way tie for that 8 seed to go to Hot Springs next weekend. And right now, things are not looking good for Henderson, but this wouldn't be the first time we've seen Henderson come back from 2-0 against Washita. Isn't that right?
That's right, and that's why I said earlier, I think it's important for the Tigers to remember that.
And looking at Coach Frizzell Kaiser and what she has done for this team this season, I'm sure that in that break, that's exactly what she's talking to her team about. Here's Hansen on the serve, fielded by Partain. Gives it up to Uzo, and that one's sent right out of bounds, and this one's all evened up at 1 apiece. Snake eyes on the scoreboard as Carson Edwards steps back to serve for the Reddies, hoping to keep her team alive in set number 3. Uzo on the attack. Zhao's great dig. Emily Adams finds a gap in between Edwards and Jones, and the Tigers sit on a 2-1 lead here. Emily Adams, the leader on this team in kills per set this season. She's averaging 2.85 kills per set, and also leading in total kills going into this game with 285 on the season. Partain hands it up to Steffes. Great dig by Jows again. And Steffes, that one's blocked by the OBU front line, and Avery Jows just can't get under it. And Jows looked like she's falling to the floor, grabbing her nose. But the senior is gonna stay out there for the time being. She has been a strong libero for this squad tonight. She's picked up 12 digs, tied for the most out of any player other than Kaylin Partain of Henderson State. And Braxton Jones taking Hansen's patented move again, right out from under her. Braxton Jones now with more kills on that specific movement than Hansen tonight. Taylor Fisher again in for Partain at libero, and Leah Gardner. The strength on the attack finds the back corner. And now up to serve is she. Here's Gardner. Edwards, Jones to Steffes. Great dig by sophomore Kylie Kisgan. Riley Brazil now has to send it over. Braxton Jones to Steffes again. Hansen. Jones is gonna give it up to Uzo, and she finds it right in between the net and Haley Fairchild. The Reddies battling in this set And Cameron, at this point, they've realized what the meaning of this game is to them, and they don't want to let the Tigers take an easy home win.
Right, and I think this is about what happened last time. So, I mean, I'm sure this is a little bit of deja vu for the Tigers, but this is something that they're going to have to shut down immediately.
And the Tigers in front of their home crowd hoping to pick up a win. That time sending it over is Steffes. Hansen going to give it up to Adams. The soft touch sends it right over Partain. Just incredible placement by the junior. She doesn't just send it over those front blockers, but she knows Partain is there and adjusts accordingly.
Right, and that's part of what makes her such a good player.
Hatt is going to give it up to Steffes. Looking for that back corner, and she gets it. Caitlin Steffes finally catching a break in this one after the star front line and back line player for this team has really had a slow start in those first two sets. Steffes is going to serve now. Hansen looking over at Brazil, finds the middle of the court and puts it down. Riley Brazil hoping to pick up her third straight double-double tonight, and she's well on her way to doing that. She has 13 digs already in double digits in that regard, and that's her 6th kill tonight. And not sure on that play if it's Kaylee Thedford credited with it or if it's just a miscommunication for the Reddies, but nevertheless, Ouachita takes a 1-score lead in this third set. Hatt, she's looking over. Hansen gives it to Thedford. Sent right back. Great save there by Giles, though. Hansen gives it to Thedford. Great dig again by Steffes. This one's still alive. And Thedford finally gets what she wants, puts it right in between two defenders and onto the floor.
Again, just having herself a night. That's her 11th kill. And you can just see her stepping up when her team needs her to.
And Courtney Hansen, time and time again, has gone to the fountain of Kaylee Thedford and not been disappointed. But this time, the Reddies go to the fountain of Andrea Rowland and find a score, and just the score that they need to end this Tiger run.
And another thing I want to say is there's really no home crowd advantage here tonight because Henderson also has such a big fan base here. So I think both teams just have an unlimited amount of support right now.
That score going to go to the Tigers after the Reddies caught up in the net. But Cameron, you're so right in that regard. I mean, just not even 3,000 feet away from where we sit right now is the residence of all these Henderson fans, and that really just goes to show just the speciality of this rivalry as the Tigers now put themselves back on a run. But I mean, Cameron, this rivalry just one of a kind.
For sure, and I'm really excited to be a part of it this year.
Here's Giles. Hatt, she's looking at Coates. Partain is just going to send it to Steffes, who sends it over. Hansen was looking for that back corner. Great adjustment by Partain. And Steffes has to send it over on the free shot, but just pins too far back and can't get it over the net. The Tigers now rolling on one of their signature runs tonight. The Reddies now in a very peculiar situation, having to battle if they want to keep their season alive. Whistle blown. Gardner got caught up in the net. And that might be the tone shift that the Reddies need. And now you see freshman Braxton Jones stepping up, and she herself, as a freshman, has probably been the most impactful freshman out of any freshman that have played tonight.
Yeah, she's had herself quite a night as well. Just how we've talked about pulling the signature Courtney Hansen moves. And I think it's fun to just see a younger player do that.
Jones, she has 2 kills. She's a setter, by the way, along with 11 assists. And just a contender at this point for GAC Freshman of the Year after really being a go-to player for head coach Philip McDaniel this season. Steffes giving it to Jones. Jones giving it to Coates. Great dig by Brazil, keeps it alive. This Tiger team staying alive. Thedford. Reddy's a good opportunity. Jones. The Tigers somehow stay alive. Great dig by Jows. Jones giving it up to Campbell. And finally, Leah Gardner makes the momentum play that the Tigers needed, and they go up 5 in this, what could be final set here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center.
That was an exciting play. I mean, I myself wasn't expecting them to come out of that one, so it's fun to see how excited they got.
Leah Gardner picks up her first solo block of the night, but she already has 5 block assists. Just an incredible player on that front line. Jows digs it again. She's had herself a great performance on the defense. And Uzo puts it right in front of Brazil, and Brazil can't get to it.
And that's her 11th kill of the night. She's done really well, too.
Christiana Uzo has been the well for the Henderson State Reddies tonight, and she really has been the offense that they have needed to keep the momentum. Now they sit within 4 in this, and after just a bit of a miscommunication, Tigers up 5. But like we said, Uzo, 11 kills and 26 tries. She really has been the offense that the Reddies have needed, and really the only offense that's been reliable for the Reddies after just a night to forget for Caitlin Steffes. Kisgan going to send that serve a little too far, and that's going to signal to junior libero Taylor Fisher. Hanson, and she finds the middle of the defense. She notices the Reddies spread out and puts it right where they can't get to it. Coach Philip McDaniel signaling to his team, it's okay, calm down. We're down by 5, down 2 in the set order, but this one still isn't out of reach, and I'm sure his teammates hoping that that's true. And Uzo trying to prove it there, and now the Reddies sit within 4.
And I think that was great effort there by Kisgan, just wasn't quite able to get it to where it needed to be.
And Madison Hatt on the serve. The Reddies sit within 4, hoping to mount a comeback in this third set. I keep saying final set, but in this game of volleyball, it's so unpredictable.
Right.
Hopefully that's not a Freudian slip. Steffes sends it over. Kisgan fields it. Reddies staying alive here. Steffes gets it over, finds the back corner. Caitlin Steffes, the junior out of Rochester, Minnesota, heating up a little bit now. Kisgan, Hanson, Brazil sends it right to the hands of Madison Hatt. And she just does not know what to do with it after Brazil's power. Just makes it unplayable almost. Peyton Church to the left side. Steffes fields it, and that one's gonna go out of bounds. The Tigers now on a little bit of a run of their own. They have the 5-point advantage, and now only needing single-digit scores to end this one early. Hanson giving it to Brazil. And a strong dig there by Carson Edwards, but just can't get it high enough up into the air. And Coach Philip McDaniel signaling a timeout, trying to stop this Tiger run. We are going to take just a bit of a break with them as well. Tigers lead 17-11 in this third set here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Washita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
And welcome back to Tiger Volleyball here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And tonight we are witnessing a Washita masterclass on the offensive end. Right now they lead 17-11, up 2-0 in the set order, hoping to finish off the Reddies early tonight and let fans go home a little early. Hanson, she's going to give it up to Brazil. And Partain, she found what she wanted in Caitlin Steffes, and Steffes found what she wanted in the back corner. The Reddies now out of the timeout, getting the score, now hoping to make that a trend, but Caitlin Steffes just can't get the serve over the net. A back-breaking blow to a Ready score that really had a Ready score out of a timeout that really looked like it could have gotten their momentum up. And right there though, Larkin Luke with that exact same intention. Ready sit within 5, hoping to make this one interesting. Luke sends it over. And Fairchild finds a gap. Haley Fairchild just wants to get in on the fun on this kill count tonight. So Tigers 6 away. Avery Giles back to serve on her senior night. This will be her last game here in the Sturgis Physical Education Center, and she really is playing like it. Avery Giles, one of the top defensive players in the conference. She has 16 digs tonight. And she's made herself very useful, diving onto the floor for some crucial plays.
And just the other night, she was recognized for her 3,000th career dig. So, I mean, I think that just goes to show the kind of player that she is.
Peyton Church fields it. Hanson looking at Brazil. Reddies keep that one alive. Good active hands there by Uzo. And Leah Gardner making the momentum play when her team needs it. Sophomore Leah Gardner once again doing it. She's only got 5 kills, but Cameron, I feel like in those 5 kills, all 5 of them have been crucial to ending Henderson momentum.
I agree, and I think she's been also crucial in the Tiger block as well.
And now back to serve Carson Edwards. Her team within 5, but they've been within 5 for most of this set. They need to make a dent in this Tiger lead if they want to keep this season alive. Adams sends it over. And Steffes, she picks up a crucial kill. And right now, in the moments where the Reddies need her most, right now it is it is make it or break it time for Caitlin Steffers, one of the top frontline players in the conference. And after a slow night, this is where the champions are made. And right now, once again, racking up a kill, Caitlin Steffers. That's 2 kills in a row for her. Slow night, looking at her stats going into that run, she only had 7 kills, but now she's got 9 in 37 attempts. Just a great performance for her in these recent crucial moments. The Reddies sit just 3 away. Cameron, how do the Reddies continue this run?
I mean, I feel like I keep saying this, but there's just been a big energy shift, and the Reddies have found a way to take advantage of that and hone it for themselves. So I think that's something they need to continue. I mean, obviously they know they can play up to Ouachita's level, so that's just something they have to keep doing. But as far as the Tigers, they're going to have to shut down Henderson's energy here. I mean, they only have 5 to go, but Henderson's only 3 points away from them.
And the Reddies in an oft crucial position. Like you said, just 3 away. Tigers lead 20-17. And Carson Edwards back to serve for her team. And just looking across this lineup, the 2 players that are going to be crucial on the attack in this comeback for the Reddies, it's going to be Christiane Uzo and Caitlin Steffers, but that time Carson Edwards sends it too far, and the Reddy run goes away as quick as it started. Kylie Kisgan, she's got that left-handed serve. Here it is. Jones giving it up to Uzo, finds the back corner. Christiane Uzo making a momentum play, and you've seen in this set many players do that. Obviously Steffes has done that, but also you've seen some great plays from Larkin Luke and Christiane Uzo, and Uzo really has been the main point of offense for this team this game. Jones, she's got Steffes, and the strength by Emily Adams says, what you can do, Christiane, I can do better. Emily Adams now puts her team to within 3, and the Reddies trail by 4. Edwards, Jones, Uzo, not as much strength as she would have wanted on that one, but this one's still alive. Jones back to Uzo. Great dig by Gardner. And Steffes can't get it over the net. The Tigers 2 away, and that one is going to be a timeout. And guys, I know it's a crucial moment, but we're going to take just a quick break. Tigers lead 23-18 here in this 3rd set here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Tigers leading 23-18 here in some Tiger volleyball action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Leah Gardner serves it, Reddy's hoping to stay alive in set number 3 and prevent the shutout by the Tigers. Emily Adams, though, puts it in the middle of the Reddy defense, and from now on, Henderson has to remain perfect if they have any chance of keeping their season alive here. The Tigers hoping to take this one. Uzo sends it over, fielded by Hanson. This one's still alive. Brazil able to get it over. Jones gonna give it back up to Uzo. Fielded by Kisgan. Hanson, Adams. This one's still alive. Reddy's playing for their season. Kisgan keeps it alive. Free shot by Gardner. Jones up to Uzo again. And Uzo keeps her team alive in this one. And the Henderson State Reddies playing in sudden death. Coach Philip McDaniel maintaining cool, calm, and collected for his team. And that's exactly what they need to be in this moment. Kisgan, Hanson, Fairchild, back to Fairchild. Partain. Hanson, she's gonna give it up to Adams, sent right back. This Tiger team fighting. Brazil can't get it over. Brazil can't get it over again, and great block that time by the duo of Larkin Luke and Braxton Jones. Cameron, this Reddy team starting to roll a little bit, but they're playing in sudden death.
Yeah, I mean, their back's really against the wall here, but they've been able to remain calm, and like you said, they have to be perfect if they want to get this here.
Hanson, she's gonna give it up to Fairchild. Tries to find the back corner, but that one's gonna land out of bounds. The Reddies on a 3-0 run. You can hear the crowd starting to get a little bit louder on the Reddy side as Madison Hatt gonna serve it. And Kisgan gives it right to Larkin Luke, and she's gonna put it down. Coach Allison Frizzell Kaiser has seen enough, and she wants to calm her team down, just one score away from taking this one. We're gonna stay right here and talk about this Henderson run. They trailed at one point 24-18, and now this one is a lot more interesting at 24-22. What do the Tigers need to do here, though, if they don't want this to go into 4 sets?
I mean, I'm not really sure what happened there. They really had the lead. They just needed 1 point. I just think that they let the pressure get to them then, and they need to just calm down right here. They only have 1 point to go, so they just need to relax in this moment.
And the Tigers playing a little bit sloppily in that crucial moment. 2 straight attack errors for the Tigers, and then finished off by that kill from Larkin Luke. And now 24-22, still Ouachita in the advantage. They sit just 1 score away from ending the Reddies season right here in the building where they just don't want to have their season ender be. And here's Madison Hatt on the serve. Kisgan, Hanson, Adams. Steph is trying to find the back corner, can't. Brazil, Madison Hatt. Good dig there. Steffes just needs to send it over. Reddy's having to play very carefully here. Emily Adams, the kill there, able to be fielded by the Reddies. They thought that one would have been the killer. Emily Adams, though! She sends Henderson State home early here at the Sturgis Physical Education Center. The native of Arlington, Texas, racking up her 14th kill and the win in the process. The junior Adams caps off an incredible night in that front line with a blow to the Reddies.
I mean, I think that was just a great game overall. We saw so much aggression and just fight from both teams.
And the Tigers pick up a big win here at home in front of all of the Arkadelphia fans. And Cameron, that's just about as close to a court rush as you're going to see here at Spec. You see the athletes of the softball team alongside the swim team, alongside the football team, alongside some of the wrestlers, just all of the athletes for Ouachita in attendance to watch this big win for the Tigers. And with this win here, Ouachita picks up their 9th win in conference play, sitting at a cool 9-6 on the season. Meanwhile, Henderson State in dire straits. Their season now out of their hands. Now hoping for a couple losses from Southern Arkansas, Arkansas Tech, or Southern Nazarene. Henderson with the advantage over those 3 teams, but a 2-game win streak for any of those teams in these next 2 games will spell an end to the Reddies' season in volleyball. And what a great night for the Tigers. I mean, you see across the board, Kaylee Thetford, Emily Adams tying for the lead for the Tigers in kills, 14 apiece. Riley Brazil just short of her 3rd straight double-double, racking up 8 kills and 19 digs. Senior Avery Giles on her senior night, just covering the stat sheet. She got herself an assist alongside 18 digs and 2 service aces. And for her last game in the Sturgis Physical Education Center, I'd say a win over Henderson State really can't get any better for her.
I agree. I think that was an exciting moment for the Ouachita volleyball team for sure. And I'm happy for them. I think they showed a lot of fight there, and they were able to adjust and do what they needed to do to win.
And then over on the Reddies side, Christiane Uzo, the highlight player for them. She had 14 kills in that match in 34 attempts. Meanwhile, Caitlin Steffes unable to overcome a slow night from the field. 9 kills in 43 attempts and 6 errors. Steffes, one of the top attackers in the GAC tonight, just stopped by the front line of the Tigers, and that really goes to credit Leah Gardner, the sophomore out of Crandall, Texas. I mean, she picked herself up 3 block assists and a solo block on the night. And then now you see the senior night festivities continuing for Avery Giles. Avery Giles, the lone senior, like we said, out of Midland, Texas, has been a strong libero for this team, and on her senior night, getting a framed picture alongside that jersey, sitting alongside her family and Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser. For Coach Frizz, though, that's her 103rd career win, and Giles has been a big part in many of those wins. And as we finish off this senior night and Battle of the Ravine game here on the Washita Sports Digital Network, we've seen some excitement, but we've also seen some dominance from this Washita team, winning 3-0 in the set. So that's it for now. I've been Isaac Bourne. Alongside me has been Cameron Boyd. Thank you for watching the Washita Sports Digital Network, brought to you by Taylor King Law. Good evening, good night, and God bless. Have a great night.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood 1.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Granick of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washita Sports Digital Network.